You are listening to Huddling with the Herd on KYNT, a weekly recap of Yankton High School athletics. Huddling with the Herd is brought to you in part by Mount Marty University, At the Bar, FNBO, Avera, Parker Hannafin, Olson's Pest Technicians, Farmers Union Insurance, SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, Rhonda Westland State Farm Insurance, Vision Care Associates, Explorers Credit Union, Slowy Management, Mason Schramm and the Move Group, MT&RC Smith Insurance, Triple Time Rudy's, Vision Real Estate, First Dakota National Bank, Yankton Medical Clinic, The UPS Store, Hy-Vee, First Chiropractic Centers, Pizza Ranch, and Missouri River Associates. Now, broadcasting live from KYNT Studios, it's Huddling with the Herd with KYNT Sports Director Brayden Butler.
Well, I'm not quite Brayden Butler, but I am Josh Bolter. Good morning. Glad to be with you. This is Huddling with the Herd, and we got a lot to tackle today. We'll look at Bucks and Gazelles basketball. We'll also look at the Bucks and Gazelles wrestling teams up at the state tournament in Sioux Falls. We'll look at hockey and bowling as well, as they're also in the state tournament. And then we'll have YHS Nation to close out the show. Our own Scotty Borman caught up with the Yankton trap shooting team. So we'll have that coming up later in the show. But for now, we're going to start with boys basketball with the Bucks, and it has been a really, really good week for Yankton. They've played 2 games so far this week. First up in Brookings on Tuesday, where the Bucks won 64-28. Jackson Kudera led the way with 23 points, also putting up double digits. Abe O'Brien at 11 and Beck Reichen at 10. Then going into last night, Yankton played a really good Spearfish team that's currently in the top 6 in the standings, and they won 65-59. They're now 7-12, really turned around the back half of the season. Jackson Kudera, he continued his hot streak, 35.7 boards. Beck Reichen also had 11.7 assists and 6 rebounds. Owen Eidsness put up 7 points, 4 steals, and 6 rebounds. Abe O'Brien also had 6 points and 2 boards. And even though he's not here with us as he's out west getting ready for this afternoon's game, our own Brayden Butler had a chance to catch up with head coach Chris Haynes after the game last night against Spearfish.
The Yankton Bucks, Chris Haynes, after an impressive win over the number 6 team in the class right now in the Spearfish Spartans, 65-59. And I feel like we have to start with just what a performance from your sophomore, Jackson Kudera.
Yeah, he had a night. Obviously, we got down early, dug ourselves a hole, and he shot us right back in the game. You know, stepped up and made some big-time shots, and I think he hit 3 threes there in the first quarter to when we were down. It seemed like we were down 10. And like I said, he just shot us right back in the game and got us even at the end of the first quarter. And, you know, from there, it was a dead even game, and we could just see, like, our guys were like, hey, we got a second chance here almost. We got new life. And so, you know, a great performance by Jack, and happy for him. He's worked really hard.
Looking back, it was 16-5, Spearfish led, and you called a timeout on the floor, and you guys rattled off 17 straight unanswered points to go up 22-16. What was the conversation like in that timeout? Was just calming guys down or reset?
Yeah, just don't panic. I mean, we say all the time, especially when you get into the second half of February and into March, I mean, you got to play every single possession like it's, you know, the game's on the line. And again, like I said, you know, we get down 16-5, and then Jack comes and hits 3 threes and gets us right back in the game. And, you know, that's what good players do. And it was great to see that from Jack. And then our other guys got going a little bit too and made some plays. I thought Beck had a couple big threes for us. And our defense, you know, we struggled guarding them. They run really good action, and those guards are so hard to stay in front of and keep them out of the paint. So we switched to the zone tonight and, you know, to try to limit that penetration a little bit. And, you know, it helped. It worked for us tonight.
This is a Spearfish team that, if I check my notes here real quick, is allowing on average 41.9 points per game, one of the best defenses in the entire state at the AA level. You put 65 up on them tonight. I know a lot of that was Jackson Kudera, but that has to feel good heading into the postseason next week.
Yeah, and I thought Jack was just all the way around. Like, obviously he's made some threes and he's shooting the ball well, but man, he did a great job of going to the basket and either getting all the way to the rim or hitting a little pull-up. And again, I thought Beck stepped up and made some plays for us. And Owen Eidsness, you know, his defense and at the top of that zone, getting steals. And then I thought we were good in transition. Against a good defensive team in the half court, if you can, get out in transition and score before their defense gets set, that's a big deal. And tonight, that worked for us.
What a difference a month can make for your team, Coach. February 1st, you were 1-10. You were on the outside of the SODAC 16. Now it's February, almost 28th. You were 13th this morning. You've won 6 of your last 8. How does it feel just having all this momentum heading into the postseason?
Yeah, playing well at the right time. And I think we were playing well even if you go to the middle of January is when it kind of started. We lost some just gut-wrenchers at home, close one at home to Huron. Overtime to Jefferson, lose by 2 to O'Gorman, lose by 4 or whatever it was to Brandon Valley. And and that's hard. Then all of a sudden you're looking and you're 1-11 and it's like, it would have been really easy for our guys to throw in the towel. And, because, when you're not winning games and especially when you lose them close and the guys are giving everything they have and competing at a high level, but you still can't get over the hump and win, that can be demoralizing. And so I got to give a lot of credit to our 3 seniors. Abe and Owen and Beck have, they're competitors and they've stuck with it and hung with it and they've never quit and they've led us through this. And so I think those guys and our entire team, you got to give them some credit for that. And like you said, we've won 6 of our last 8 and the 2 we lost were on the road to Roosevelt, which we had a chance to win, and on the road at Sioux Falls Christian, we had a chance to win. So I'm happy with the way we're playing, but we got to go ready to play tomorrow. We can't give tonight away tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, I know I've referenced the postseason a couple times, but your regular season is not over. You wrap it up tomorrow afternoon at the Douglas Patriots. What are you expecting in that matchup with Douglas?
Yeah, Douglas has some guys that can score. And so if you're not ready to guard, they can reel off. They have 2 or 3 guys that can really shoot it, and they got good size and length and athleticism. And, they've been playing a lot of zone this year, so we're going to have to attack that accordingly. And like I said, if we just walk in there thinking it's going to be easy, you're going to find yourself in a dogfight and get knocked off. So our challenge is, can we come out with the same intensity that we've brought each and every night here the last, like you said, the last month.
That was Brayden Butler, our KYNT sports director, as well as Yankton Bucks head basketball coach Chris Haynes after the big win last night over Spearfish 65-69. The Bucks will take on Douglas this afternoon. Later on today, we'll have that exclusively on KYNTV. Other Bucks results for basketball: Spearfish beat the JV team 54-50 in the sophomore game. Spearfish won 49-41, and Spearfish also won the freshman game at 59-46. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to look at the other half of this afternoon's doubleheader against Douglas. It's the girls basketball team, the Gazelles. We'll see how they did this week. So all that and more coming up here on Huddling with the Herd. I'm Josh Bolter. We'll be back in a couple minutes.
Looking for the perfect pair of glasses? At Vision Care Associates, we've got you covered. Step into our showroom and discover our vast selection from timeless classics to the latest trends. With several styles to choose from, you're sure to find the perfect match for your look. Experience personalized service and expert care. Whether you need help finding the right frame or adjusting your new glasses for the perfect fit.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
What if your next big adventure isn't somewhere out there, but already waiting for you at home? That kitchen remodel, a new addition, or that dream family getaway? Your home's equity can fuel it all. With a fixed-rate home equity loan from Explorers Credit Union, turn what you've built into where you're going next. Explorers Credit Union. We believe in helping you launch your next big adventure. Call 800-491-4309 and speak with a loan officer today. Explorers Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA.
At Mount Marty University, students get real support and real opportunities.
Hi, I'm Maya, and I'm a business major at Mount Marty University. The professors here at Mount Marty are just amazing. They're very good about supporting me through future internships and jobs that they try and line me up with, and they also provide real life experiences in the classroom through projects and speakers and things like that.
Start your journey online at mountmarty.edu. At the Bar is the bar for sports fans. With coverage of NFL, college basketball favorites, Yankton High School action, and NHL hockey too. Open 7 days a week. Bring in your crew, grab a table, and take in all the action surrounded by fans who love the game as much as you do. The energy's better, the company's great, and the they should be.
Okay, this is Scotty Borman for KYNT Radio for another segment of YHS Nation, and we got some special guests in the studio today, and they are from the Yankton Trap.
And small. Here to help you earn more, save more, so you can do more every step of the way. It's what you can expect from the Great Big Small Bank. FNBO, independent and family-owned for 6 generations, and ever so focused on you. Stop on by or visit us at fnbo.com, member FDIC.
From the first wails of surprise to first day of school questions, playground adventures, learning to drive stress, and graduation cheers, they'll always be your little sunshine. At Avera Children's, we get kids, teens, and parents too. We'll step you through first checkups, milestones, sickness, and specialized care when your child needs it, and treat them like our own every step of the way. Learn more at avera.org/children's.
Welcome back live here on Huddling with the Herd. I'm Josh Bolter filling in for Brayden Butler today as he is out west once again with the Bucks and Gazelles as they get ready to take on Douglas this afternoon at 2 o'clock. But let's go ahead and take a look at the Gazelles week. It started off with a bang. They won 56-24 over Brookings on Tuesday. Jordan Kudera led the way with 17 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. Also putting up double digits, Eden Wolfgram with 15 points and 5 boards. September Rao had 9 points and 7 rebounds as well. Looking at their game last night against Spearfish, kind of an ugly one scoring-wise for both teams. The Spearfish ended up winning 32-29. The Gazelles are now 7-12 on the year. Jordan Kudera put up 9 points. And after the game, our very own Brayden Butler once again had a chance to catch up with Gazelles head coach Blake Savvy.
Ends up being a close loss, a defensive slug between the two teams. Low-scoring game, I think 32-29 final score. What are your initial thoughts coming off the sideline and then getting the first half of the boys' game to kind of digest?
Yeah, well, I think we have to be really proud of the defensive effort we put forward. Whether in the half court or full court, I thought the girls answered the call really well. They communicated, they switched with one another, put a lot of pressure on the perimeter, and when they did get to the rim, I thought that we had good backside help that came over and made kind of drivers rethink and kind of put a few shots off the mark. Offensively, we had shots there. We need more to fall, and you're going to have those nights. It wasn't a lack of shots. It was just kind of a lot of them that normally would fall that just weren't tonight. And so there's going to be those nights. And again, really proud of the defensive effort to allow us to still hang in there on a night where we weren't making our shots.
And on that defensive end of things, multiple turnovers forced tonight by Nora Kraske. She got defensive player of the game for those turnovers forced. I had her at 4 or 5. I don't know what the official stats have her at, but I thought she was playing passing lanes very well tonight.
Yeah, I thought she was doing a really good job. Just, again, being in position. We talked about 3 keys to the defensive end. Pressure in the basketball, being in great position, and then communicating with one another. And I thought that Nora did a good job in all 3 of those areas. And then that led to some offensive opportunities. I don't think as many transition opportunities that we maybe had available or that we could have had. Probably could have taken advantage of that a little bit more. But again, just getting your hands on the ball, getting on loose balls. I thought we were on the floor a lot for loose balls, and those are all good signs of a hard-working defense.
You wrap up your regular season tomorrow afternoon against Douglas. What are you expecting in that matchup with the Patriots?
Yeah, it's going to be another last home game and senior night for another team, and so they're going to come out, they're going to play hard. We've got to make sure that, I thought we have had 3 defensive games now where we've been really stellar on the defensive end. We got to come out on the defensive end with the same type of fire and energy and make sure that that leads into some full court offense transition and then a little bit better ball and player movement, but just making sure we put our best foot forward.
That was Yankton Gazelles head coach Blake Savvy joining our own Brayden Butler after the game last night with last night's 32-29 loss against Spearfish. We'll take a quick look at the standings in Class AA for Yankton, starting with the Gazelles. They are the 13 seed right now, and as it stands, they would be making a trip back out west next Friday against Rapid City Stevens, but there's still a lot in play there, pending on the results of today's game. Yankton could make a jump, or those 4 and 5 seeds could change as well between Rapid City Stevens and Aberdeen Central. So we'll wait on today's games to figure that out. As for the boys, I forgot to mention this during that segment, Yankton is also the 13 seed. As of right now, they'd be making the trip to Harrisburg, but once again, that could change depending on today's results. Yankton could potentially move up. There's also some teams in those 4 or 5 matchups. I know Watertown's in play there as well, looking at that kind of area there. Spearfish in the mix as well for maybe those potential 4 and 5 seeds, but that's kind of what to keep an eye on as we head into Yankton's regular season finale today, but for both the Bucks and Gazelles, and you can catch them taking on Douglas on KYN TV exclusively at 2 o'clock. We'll have a 1:15 pregame for you guys, so that'll be coming up later this afternoon. We're going to take a quick break here on Huddling with the Herd, and when we come back, we'll talk about Bucks and Gazelles wrestling. They're up in Sioux Falls for the state wrestling tournament this weekend. We'll cover that and more. You're Huddling a Herd, 9:16 here on a Saturday.
Imagine paid vacation, sick leave, holidays, and full medical coverage the moment you start a new job. Plus quarterly profit sharing, 5% 401k match, and a company-paid retirement plan your first day on the job. With Parker of Yankton, you don't have to imagine, because all these benefits begin day one. We are hiring assemblers, material handlers, and line operation techs for both shifts. Don't mind working nights? Enjoy a pay differential of $235. If you're looking to upgrade your career and have day one benefits, apply today at parker.com.
Parker, engineering your success.
Rodents want to make your home their home. Pesky invaders go in search of warm housing and food for the winter. An invasion of rodents can be costly and can contribute to disease and contamination of products. So trust the experts to keep them out. Olson Pest Technicians is family-owned with over 80 years of experience. Even the toughest infestations don't stand a chance. Olson Pest Technicians, putting pests to rest since 1966. Call 800-KIL-BUGS.
Tip-off is here and the season's heating up. Whether it's your home, farm, or everyday life, Farmers Union Insurance help you defend against the unexpected and score big on protection. Brendan Hansen and Brandon Tykero at Suite 101B, Morgan Square in Yankton help you rebound from surprises, make every play count, and keep your game strong all season long. Don't let life slam dunk you. Stop by today and stay covered with Farmers Union Insurance.
If you've been suffering from chronic pain or a recent injury, check us out, Lane, Reed, and Cole Sawatsky at SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab.
We offer a wide variety of treatments and techniques, including dry needling, cupping, chiropractic adjustments, and sports rehabilitation.
Our mission is to ensure an individualized and efficient treatment plan to get you back on your feet.
From ankle sprains and sports injuries to neck pain and headaches, we've got your back.
Give us a call or book an appointment on our website. SWAT Chiropractic, specialized wellness and therapy.
Located on Summit Street across from the high school.
When you make the right decision, it feels good. Like picking the perfect accent rug or choosing a good night's sleep over an all-night crime show binge. It feels really good to make the right insurance decision too. That's why State Farm agent Rhonda Westland is right here in Yankton to help you select the right protection at the right price. Rhonda will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. With State Farm agent Rhonda Westland, it's easy to make the right choice. Just call her. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Do you struggle with dry contacts? At Vision Care Associates, we have a great option. Infused contact lenses by Bosch & Lomb. Infused lenses are designed to ensure that your eyes stay hydrated and irritation-free, even after a full day of wear. Our doctors specialize in fitting these lenses for maximum comfort and optimal vision. Schedule your consultation and experience the all-day comfort and crisp, clear vision you deserve.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
Welcome back live here on Huddling with the Herd on the last day of February. I'm Josh Bolter filling in for Brayden Butler today. Once again, he's out west with the Bucks and Gazelles basketball teams getting ready to take on Douglas this afternoon at 2 o'clock. You can catch that on KYNTV. Now, though, we're going to head up to Sioux Falls. Not literally. I'm going to tell you what's going on in Sioux Falls as both the Bucks and Gazelles wrestling teams are up in Sioux Falls at the Denny Sanford Premier Center for the state wrestling tournament. And for the Bucks, 8 wrestlers are competing at the state tournament this weekend, and they got 2 alive for state championships today. Chase Platt is 3-0 so far, 1 win via pinfall, a major decision and decision. He'll face Sturgis's Zol Iron today at 2:15 correction. Then he's facing O'Gorman Slayton Jones today at 165. I apologize for that. Who's facing Zol Iron, you ask? It's Edley Amaro, who's 3-0. So far this weekend. He'll face, once again, Zol Iron today for the 2:15 championship. And we'll update you on those when we have final results from that. You can catch that either on the airwaves throughout the day, Monday, or on our sports report on KYNT1450.com. We'll have those results for you when we get them. Looking at other Bucks in the state tournament this weekend, Colton Archer went 1-2, won his first match, and then fell in his next 2 matches by a technical fall in decision, eliminated in the consolation second round. Damian Janis went 0-2 after a pair of decision losses. Brooks DeLosier went 1-2, won via major decision and lost by decision and pinfall. Ethan Smith went 0-2. Zane Portillo went 1-2 and lost via tech fall and decision. And then we also have Drace Gaskins, who went 1-2. He won via pinfall and then lost via pinfall and major decision. Looking at the Gazelles, they've got a few wrestlers up in Sioux Falls as well. Winry Yagi, she's 3-0, and she's got 2 wins via pinfall, 1 via tech fall, and she's facing Sarah Rickenbach for the 145-pound championship today. Chloe Catone went 0-2 at 115. Alexis Brennan finished the tournament 1-2. She won her first-round matchup via pinfall. Jacqueline Kite finished 0-2 as well. Looking at it here once again, we'll have updates for you on Winry Yagi's match as well as Edley Amaro's and Chase Platt's. As soon as we get them, we will have them for you. You can check that on our sports report on KYNT1450.com, as well as we'll have that throughout the day, looking through that. So anyways, we're going to keep it rolling here on Huddling with the Herd. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to look at hockey and bowling. We'll also have an exclusive interview with bowling coach Pat King as well. So all that and more coming up on Huddling with the Herd. I'm Josh Bolter with you here on a Saturday.
What if your next big adventure isn't out there on the road? What if it's already waiting right at home? That kitchen you've been dreaming of, extra room to grow, or the family trip you've pictured long ago. Your home's equity can fuel it all when your plans become a must. Explorers Credit Union, built steady, built for us. Insured by NCUA. Call 800-491-4309 and put your equity to work for you today.
Traveling to Yankton for business or pleasure in 2026? Then book your stay at Yankton's 2 finest hotels, the Fairfield by Marriott and the Holiday Inn Express. Both are conveniently located to everything in Yankton. Both offer a complimentary hot breakfast and meeting rooms for business travelers. And if you want a great rate and flexible reservation changes, call either hotel direct, the Fairfield by Marriott and the Holiday Inn Express. 2 great hotel choices when visiting or arranging rooms for guests to Yankton.
Buying a home isn't just about real estate. It's about investing in yourself. At the Move Group, we believe the best time to buy is when it makes sense for you. Our expert agents put people before transactions, meaning we listen first, provide honest guidance, and help you make a confident decision. No pressure, no gimmicks. Markets change, but the right home is about more than just numbers. It's about finding the right fit for your life and your future. When you're ready, we're here to help. Contact the Move Group today.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MT and RC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. Visit mtrcsmithinsurance.com.
Welcome back here on Huddling with the Herd. I'm Josh Bolter filling in for Brayden Butler today. So far we've talked about Bucks and Gazelles basketball as well as Bucks and Gazelles wrestling. But now it's time to talk some hockey and bowling, starting with the hockey team. They lost 3-2 to Sioux Falls East. On Sunday, Caden Hunoff and Brayden Birkland each had a goal. Grady Van Cleve and Tucker Rankin had an assist each. Luke Moeller saved 38 of 41's shots on goal. Then on Friday, they picked up a 5-2 win over Oahe last night to improve to 15-4-1. Kylan O'Connor, Max Weissenberger, Cade Schramm, Caden Hunoff, and Tucker Rankin all scored. Jack Pedersen had 2 assists. Hunoff, Van Cleve, Birkland, and Murphy all recorded an assist. Luke Moeller recorded 24 saves in the net. Up next, they have 2 games left in the regular season. They play Sioux Falls East in Sioux Falls at 2:15 this afternoon, then a trip up to Watertown tomorrow at 12:15. We're looking at bowling now. They're up in the state tournament as well. We do not have state tournament results, but Brayden made a note to make sure to say we're hoping to have them, obviously, by Monday. That being said, while we don't have results, Brayden did have a chance to sit down with bowling head coach Pat King to talk about the state tournament, how the season's gone as a whole. Here's that interview.
This is Brayden Butler here for Huddling with the Herd. Joining me is the head coach of the Yankton Bowling Squads, Patrick King. Coach King, it's obviously when this is airing on Saturday, the state tournaments will be done. But that is our topic of discussion today, is both the Bucks and Gazelles have very good chances to make some noise at the state tournament. The Bucks potentially defending a state title. So there's plenty to talk about, including the junior varsity level, making some history, I believe, with a 3rd straight state championship. So your bowling program is doing very, very well right now, Coach King. I just want to start with, how are you doing today heading into the state tournaments later this week?
Well, hi, Brayden. Thanks for having me. Our bowling teams are all 3 having a wonderful year. Just delighted to say that our JV boys won their 3rd consecutive state title last Friday at Empire Bowl in Sioux Falls. They led the field in qualifying by a couple hundred pins to earn the number 1 seed in match play. And match play is best 2 of 3 games. We faced 5 opponents, never got to the 3rd game. They went 2-0 against all 5, and there just was no doubt that they were performing, better than anybody at that tournament.
It was a clear cut above the rest of the field. So, who are some of the bowlers on that JV team who really stood out and helped lead the way?
It's a wonderful group of young men. We have, there were 6 on the team actually. We had Cameron Enan. We had Owen Herner, Peyton Couts, Beckett Kish, Evan Zimmerman, and Liam Brown. I would have to say that Owen Herner, although there's no MVP award that's given at state tournament, he was certainly our MVP. He bowled anchor for us, and they all performed just beautifully throughout the day, but Owen Herner certainly led the field.
I know it's been a few, or almost 2 weeks now since your last regular season meet at the varsity level, but I do want to go back. It was Sioux Falls, Washington, I believe.
Correct.
And sweeping them on your final night, senior night, I assume, for you guys.
Yes.
Obviously, finishing a very good season. I think the Gazelles only dropped 1 match all year. The Bucks maybe 2 or 3. So once again, your teams are firing at a high level heading into the postseason.
So that's all true. Both our Gazelles and JV boys finished the season at 12-1, and our varsity boys finished at 10-3. And I would say that there were a few circumstances, at least affecting one of those matches adversely for us. But I would also say that all 3 matches were very close. And so so one of the things that I have done, as if there's not enough motivation for all 3 of these teams at state, to perform at their highest level. So one of the phrases that's come from me is to both varsity teams: don't get mad, get even. And that resonated with with some of the kids. And then I had to reach for some of the other kids. And so if we get 2 out of 3 state titles, I'm going to guess that 3 of our white-haired coaches are going to have pink hair, as if they don't have enough motivation. And so now they're all in.
And, you mentioned 3 losses for the Bucks, but close losses. And you got some bowlers that are performing very, very well. When I was checking the high school bowling website earlier, I noticed that Ryan Turner had one of the highest games listed in the entire season. I believe it was a 276 this year.
Correct.
So he's a guy that's helping lead the way for you. And then it's not just him, though, on the Bucks side that's performing well.
So Christian Weir and Liam Villanueva are leading the team average-wise. I think Christian is at 216 and Liam at 211. And then Audric Bays-Ram, who in that last match against Sioux Falls, Washington, shot 746, which I would imagine is his high. He, I believe, is at 204, and Ryan is at about that same number. And then our 6th player is, amazingly so, a 7th grader. His name is Blake Kautz, and he's averaging at 196. And I also need to mention Jackson Parmalee is also a member of the varsity squad at 199.
And looking over, we'll switch and talk about the Gazelle squad right now. The Bucks, you mentioned 10-3 ending the regular season. There's 4 teams that are kind of tied for second there at 10-3 on the year, with Harrisburg, Brandon, and Sioux Falls O'Gorman. On the girls' side, Yankton finishes second in the regular season, 12-1, only trailing Brookings at 13-0. So an impressive season for the Gazelles, and it's one that they won their last 12 matches as well after falling in their first one.
The last 3 years, it's been a duel throughout the season and at state with the Brookings Bobcat girls. Our first match was against Brookings, and that was the one loss for our Gazelles. And as you said, they went 12-0 the rest of the way. Brookings won the regular season at 13-0. And I would also add that the last 2 state tournaments, our Gazelles were state runners-up, both to Brookings. So that's where don't get mad, get even sort of came in.
And obviously Brookings performing very well, but
yes.
Just as we mentioned with individuals on the boys' side, you have multiple individuals on the girls' side who are near the top in high game and high series. Avery Turner, according to the state website, has the 4th highest game of anybody this year at 256, and she also has the highest series of anybody at 683, and she's tied for the top in high average at 188. So she seems to be a leader for your girls' team.
She is a sophomore and just has improved her game continuously throughout the year, and she is just peaking at the perfect time.
And who else is really kind of helping lead the way for a very impressive Gazelle squad?
So also in the 180 average group is Cadence Bonzer, and then Leila Barda, Caden Bai, and Macy Weaverstead and Aubrey Putnam are all in the 170 range. So it's really a very balanced team. And the unique thing about state tournament for all these kids is rather than the regular season where, all the bowlers bowl 3 games against, 3 against 3 for the other team, two matches of that, where there's a 3-game series at state, it's all the Baker format, which is a very collegiate format for bowling. And that means that 5 bowlers on each team, and each of the 5 bowls 1 frame, so 1 through 5, and then they bowl the second half of the game. So each bowler gets 2 frames in each game. So it's truly a team effort, that one game. And the other thing about it is that it levels the playing field in a sense. So if you have, for the boys, there are a couple of teams that have a couple of players with 220-plus averages, but they only get 2 frames a game, just like everybody. So the point being that having a balanced and deep 5-person team is paramount to succeeding in the Baker format.
And I'm looking at I want to go back for a second because I'm looking at the website again now, and I didn't give credit to Blake Kautz, who's actually, he's got the highest game of the year for you guys and second highest or tied for second highest in the league right now at 280. So got to give a credit to him. So I apologize for not mentioning him earlier on.
He's had a wonderful season with just his first year with us, and great things to come from Blake.
But looking at now heading into the state tournament, obviously when people are listening to this on Huddling with the Herd, it'll be after the state tournament. So your feelings hopefully are going to change for the better if possible. But how are you feeling heading into the state tournament with how your teams are performing?
Well, I'm cautiously optimistic for both teams. They will contend for both state titles. I expect them, just as you mentioned, to be very near the top. After morning qualifying, each team bowls 12 games, Baker format qualifying, and based on those totals of 12 games, you're seeded into match play. It's double elimination in the afternoon. But the one thing about our association's match play format is it's best 2 of 3 games. So it's a relatively quick match. And I would say in the past, I've learned that there's a certain beauty to Baker format where it, as I said, it levels the field considerably. Our first varsity boys state title, we were the 4th seed. Sioux Falls, Washington was clearly the best, the highest seed in that tournament. And what I would say is the beauty and also the terror of Baker match play, just about anything can happen. So we came out of that as state champions, and I've seen number 1 seeds lose after they'll usually get a bye the first round, but then I've seen them lose their first 2 matches and they're going home. So I understand that anything can happen, although I would be very surprised if one, if not both of the teams do not make it to the Final Four or even the championship final.
Well, the Yankton bowling programs do have a great track record under your leadership. 3 state championships for the Bucks, multiple conference titles, both teams winning conference championships at different points. So we're looking at hopefully bringing some more hardware back to Yankton. I do. Before we wrap up, though, I want to let you have the opportunity to give recognition to your coaching staff. I know it's not just you, but who helps you out with this and is your assistants?
It is clearly not me. If I've done anything good in my now 13 years as, Yankton high school bowling coach is I have brought on 3 wonderful men currently with us now, and throughout my tenure has been Todd Kautz, and then later on Terry Norton joined us. Both of them are high-level, outstanding bowlers. And then Yankton City Commissioner Brian Birch joined us, I'm thinking 3 years ago, and he's just a wonderful addition to our team. So I think all our 3 teams are blessed by having these 3 gentlemen as part of their coaching staff.
Well, Coach, I'd like to thank you for taking time to come in and talk today live in person here at the studios, and good luck to your squads Thursday and Friday at the state tournament for the Bucks and the Gazelles, as both teams have a really good shot to make some noise like we've talked about here. But thank you again for taking time to come in today.
Thank you so much, Brayden, and go Bucks and Gazelles.
All right, that was Yankton Bucks and Gazelles head bowling coach Pat King. Once again, they're in the state tournament this weekend. Thanks to Brayden Butler for conducting that interview. When we come back, we're going to talk about YHS Nation. That's coming up here in just a couple minutes on Huddling with the Herd.
There's a difference when a convenience store is locally owned, and you feel it the moment you stop at Triple Time Rudy's. You'll get great quality fuel to keep you on the move, plus local and regional favorites like Dimmick Cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner Lockers. It's the kind of place that's convenient and connected to your community. Conveniently located at 17th and Broadway, Triple Time Rudy's, fueling your day, fueling your community.
Hi, I'm Deb Speck with Vision Real Estate. If you're thinking of selling your home, let's start with a full market analysis so you can understand our local market trends and know what to expect. Let me handle the details so you can focus on your next adventure. When it's time to move, pack those Vision boxes and hook up to our courtesy trailer. Call me, Deb Speck, at 605-664 5555.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
Big news for Yankton and the surrounding area. Yankton Medical Clinic is proud to announce the addition of YMC Eye Care Clinic. Dr. Trevor Kindle and Dr. Rockney are now seeing patients for routine eye exams, glasses and contact prescriptions, and emergency eye care for unexpected injuries. As Yankton natives, they're committed to caring for the community they call home. Plus, Dr. Kindle is the area's only local comprehensive ophthalmologist and cataract surgeon. Call 605-655-1830. Third floor of the Pavilion, Yankton Medical Clinic. So much care, so close to home.
Getting your business noticed starts with the right print. The other day, a customer came into the UPS store Yankton to pick up blueprints we printed for him. While we finished his order, he mentioned needing business cards. At the UPS store, we handle all your printing needs. Stop in and ask about our current print specials. And that customer? We had his new business cards ready the very next business day. Come explore our small business solutions at the UPS store in Yankton.
When we fuel our body poorly, it becomes more susceptible to joint pain, inflammation, and other health issues. This is Dr. Mackenzie Erlinson from First Chiropractic Centers. Our doctors can evaluate your nutritional needs and provide a specific supplementation and nutrition plan. We aim to improve your overall quality of life, along with alleviating any pain you are dealing with. For this reason, proper nutrition is a key element to your chiropractic treatment plan. Visit us at firstchiropracticcenter.com, making life better, one adjustment at a time.
Long day, good day, either way, Yankton Pizza Ranch makes it easy. Our buffet is always ready with fresh pizzas, mouth-watering desserts, and the country's best chicken. No waiting, no stress, just grab a plate and enjoy. So when you need comfort made simple, make today a buffet day at Yankton Pizza Ranch. Buffet every day from 11 to 8.
It's where life tastes better. Surround 'em up and head her down to the Pizza Ranch. Whoa, that's good.
Ever have one of those days? Your car breaks down, your dog decides your couch is a chew toy, and oh yeah, a tree falls on your roof. Don't worry, Missouri River Associates has you covered. Auto, home, pet mishaps, we're here for all of life's little oops moments. Call 665-6885 for your free quote, because life happens, and we're ready for it.
At Vision Care Associates, we're always improving our technology for the health of your eyes. With OptiMap dilation-free exams, you get a comprehensive view of your retina without the need for dilation eye drops. It's quick, easy, and best of all, it keeps your day interruption-free. OptiMap captures a detailed image of your eye, helping to detect any problems. No blurriness, no discomfort, just clear, precise results. Book your OptiMap exam now.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
Welcome back here live on Huddling with the Herd. I'm Josh Bolter filling in for Brayden Butler today. Once again, he's out west getting ready for the Bucks and Gazelles basketball games against Douglas today. We do have an update for you from the bowling state tournament for the Bucks and Gazelles. The Gazelles are your state champions in bowling. Well, the boys placed third, so 2 great seasons. Congrats to the Bucks and Gazelles. Once again, the Yankton Gazelles bowling team won the state title, so congrats to them. So we're going to keep it rolling here on Huddling with the Herd. It's time for YHS Nation. Our own Scott Borman had a chance to catch up with the Yankton trap shooting team. Here's that interview.
Okay, this is Scotty Borman for KYNT Radio for another segment of YHS Nation, and we got some special guests in the studio today, and they are from the Yankton trap team. So we'll start with the coach, who is Todd Becker. How are you doing today, Todd?
Real good.
Excellent. So why don't you give me a little background on the Yankton trap team? I mean, when do they compete? How many you got on the team? Things like that.
Okay, real good.
The Yankton Trap Team is a youth group that trap shoot out of Yankton, and we take 7th grade through 12th grade. We are in our 8th year. We work with a staff of about 15 coaches with safety people. We go for 8 weeks and shoot around 24,000 rounds of ammo through the group of about in the 40s every year. We're just getting ready to start our spring season. Sign-up's going on now. So that'll kick off the end of March and go for 8 weeks. We shoot on Sunday, east of Yankton out at Jim River Trap Club. After lunch is when we do that.
Okay. And how is the best way for somebody to get a hold of the Yankton Trap Team if they want to participate in any way? Be a shooter, be a volunteer, be it whatever.
That would be through email, yanktontrapteam@gmail.com.
All one word?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Now, we've got 3 of your athletes here today as well, and the guys chickened out. They decided to put Kira Kiefer into the hot seat first. So first off, Kira, how are you doing today?
Pretty good.
Awesome. So I just need to ask you, what do you like about being on the trap team?
Mostly getting to like spend time with my friends and just get out and about, do something during the summer.
Okay. And while you're out there, I mean, I guess the big thing is what type of equipment to use. I mean, obviously it's a shotgun. So what can you tell us a little bit about your favorite shotgun?
My favorite shotgun is a BT99, single barrel break action, a 34-inch barrel. That's what I'm using right now, and I absolutely love it.
Awesome. Most of my shotgunning I use when I'm out pheasant hunting, and I'm very bad at hitting them. So it's awesome. And I'm assuming that Todd and the other coaches really focus on the number one rule that's going to be out there, which is safety. Is that right?
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about what you guys always practice no matter what?
The number one thing we practice is obviously safety, so make sure that your gun's on safe and not to point it at anybody or put anybody else in danger, and don't pull it up until you yell pull to crush the bird.
Awesome. Excellent. All right, now we're going to go over to the guys that came in and braved the big scary radio station. We're going to start with Bentley Eiler. So how are you doing today, Bentley?
I'm doing good.
They sound a little nervous. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We're just having a conversation, Bentley. So what do you like best about being part of the trap team?
I just like being able to like go out to the trap range and crush the birds and like be with my friends during it.
Is there anything that you feel that you get to be taught on the trap team that you might not be able to learn from any other activity in the school?
Definitely like how to crush like the birds and stuff and how to like aim properly while you're shooting.
Okay. And what is your go-to shotgun for trap season?
An SKB RS 400 high trap rib, I believe it is.
And I forgot to ask Kira, what gauge of shotgun is that?
It's 12 gauge semi-automatic.
Awesome. Now we'll go over to Bennett Schweitzer, right?
Yeah.
All right, Bennett. First off, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fabulous.
Fabulous. Yeah, awesome. And what do you like best about being part of the trap team?
Probably getting to go out and shoot during the summer, spend time with my friends and stuff.
Okay. And what kind of shotgun is your go-to?
Right now I'm just shooting a Remington 870 Super Magnum.
And what gauge?
12 gauge.
12 gauge. Excellent. Very good all-around gauge there. And what do you think anybody can gain from being part of a team like the Yankton Trap Team? Even though it's not a sanctioned school sport, you guys get to be active. What can somebody take away from being part of the trap team?
Probably learn how to shoot better, get better at shooting clay pigeons, gun safety is one of the main things probably.
And probably focus too. You got to stay focused to get those fake pigeons out of the air, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is there anything else any of you guys would like to say about the trap team and how things are, how things progress through the trap team and how fun it is?
I think it's a good opportunity for anyone, really, no matter like how much experience you have, just to get out during the summer and do something. It's better than sitting at home doing nothing.
Better than the video games, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, get outside, enjoy the outdoors. Awesome. So, hey, Bentley, I'm going to come back to you. How does the competition work? Because you can go out and practice all you want, but like in basketball, unless you put the ball through the hoop, it doesn't count. How does the competition work for the trap team?
So yeah, every week there's like it's called like competition week or like that. And like you'll go out and you shoot 50 shots or shells, and then however many like birds that you crush or hit, they'll take that and they'll put it, and it's like the state website, and it has like all your scores, and they'll combine them, and at the end you can see like where you're ranked in your town, your league or team or whatever, and then see what you're ranked in the state. And then yeah.
Okay. And so do they actually have like a state tournament like they do for basketball or anything like that, or track?
Yeah, it's state trap shoot. Last year it was in Aberdeen, I believe, and just went on for all day that day. And
so you were there for that one?
Yes.
Did you have fun up there?
Yeah.
Awesome. Do you guys know where state's going to be this year?
Same place.
Oh, they're going to have it up there again. Awesome. This has been awesome, guys, and I hope you guys have a great season with the weather turning a little nicer sometimes. All right. This is Scotty Borman for KYNT's YHS Nation.
Special thanks to our own Scott Borman, as well as the Yankton trap shooting team, for that interview here on YHS Nation. That's going to do it for us today here on Huddling with the Herd. Special thanks to Brayden Butler for putting a lot of those interviews together. Coach Chris Haynes of the Bucks, Coach Blake Savvy of the Gazelles, and of course head bowling coach Pat King. Congrats to the Gazelles once again for winning the state tournament in bowling. Boys placed third on a solid season as well. What's up on tap today, you ask? Well, we talked about the Bucks and Gazelles. They've got their regular season finale against Douglas this afternoon. You can catch that on KYN TV exclusively, pregame at 1:15 at 2 o'clock first tip. I say exclusively because here on KYNT and KYN TV, we have the semifinals of the GPAC tournament. That's right, a trip to the GPAC finals on the line. It's Mount Marty men's basketball at Northwestern in Orange City. Tell Tanner I'll have the call for that one. That's a 1:30 pregame tip-off at 2 o'clock. So a lot of Yankton and Mount Marty sports to come today. I'm Josh Bolter. This is Huddling with the Herd. We'll catch you guys next Saturday. Have a great rest of your weekend and enjoy the Yankton and Mount Marty sports today.